and this is on, and that is on, and this is on. All right. Greetings and welcome to Die Dragon Die presents Enter the Dungeon. I'm your DM and host, Marty. This is episode 11 of our Pathfinder 2 mini campaign, as we're playing through the rules and learning the rules of Pathfinder 2nd Edition. I'm joined by Adam and Ahmed today. How is everyone doing? Ahmed, what's going on with you?
We are doing well. Adam, as he said, is still shredding the meat.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that means.
I don't know.
I'm trying not to use my imagination on that one. Yep.
Yes. Too late for me.
Yeah. And just the old lady from the old commercials. I might be dating myself a little bit. Like the "Where's the beef?" She's like, "Shred the beef."
Yeah. So he's doing that.
He's doing that. What's up with you, man?
I'm good. I last session I attempted to play from a beanbag, and it resulted in semi-conscious play.
Got it.
We've reverted back to the office chair.
Nice.
This is more
conducive to staying awake.
More energy.
Yeah, exactly. As opposed to, I'm gonna relax now in a warm spot, and it's all comfy. I just gotta.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, this is pretty nice. I'm just gonna DM like this.
That's what happened. I was like, hey, we gotta get that out of here.
It was a boring game, anyways. You fucker.
That was all right. Yeah.
Guess who's getting the extra hero point tonight, though?
Adam?
Adam went through all the treasure, put values of things, sorted it, and is learning how to craft. And I think he deserves some hero points tonight. So reset all the hero points to 1 for each of the characters. Everyone gets 1, but I think the bonus hero points go to Adam.
I love having spare time.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how else to dole these out, right? I could do it randomly.
No.
And we were like, okay,
here's Ahmed, you take it. Like, I don't really deserve it. Slap halfway through the game. I mean, come on there.
Oh, fuckers. Mother truckers. All right, let's do a quick recap. Things with me, I don't know, work, game, that sort of thing. That's pretty much all I do.
I'm waiting for. I keep checking Pathfinder on
Kingmaker.
Kingmaker on the PS4. That's what I game on. All my games. I don't play on my laptop at all console, and it's still not there.
So, having reset a bunch of my machines because of the security incident a couple weeks ago, like 3 weeks ago now, I lost a bunch of my Pathfinder games, like my progress through them. Yeah, my save games. So I didn't back those up, and so it's taken me some mental, like, I've got a mental block to restart the game. I've played it for like 350 hours. Like, it's a great game. What's going on with you, Adam? Did you finish shredding the beef?
He shredded the beef.
Yep.
And now he's gonna pack the beef.
Cool.
The cut has been going rather well. I'm down.
Sorry.
From my post-contest weight, I am down 9.5 pounds. So.
That's how much I'm down after I leave the bathroom.
That's why you always time your weighing at the same time.
I ring the bell after I come out so my wife knows I'm okay.
That's funny. That's funny right there.
TMI.
You mean
What's the bell outside the washroom for? To announce to everyone that I'm still alive.
I have successfully pooped.
If you don't hear the bell, you know what to do.
They just break up the wall.
they go in with gas masks. Like
you
World
don't
War
want to
II
go
gas
in there.
masks.
It's done. Just close off that part of the house.
That room's done.
Do not go in there.
What happened? He was shredding the beef.
Oh, goodness. Speaking of our bodies being our temples, the title of last game was "My Body is My Temple." The party cleans out the moat house whilst dealing with their prisoners. Both Darian and Kreiger receive visions from Tyrion, the one-eyed raven. who you think is immortal. Lareth the Beautiful speaks of a strange carousel of events that repeat over and over, sometimes with different outcomes, and for some reason, he's the only one that can remember its past iterations. The party returns to Hamlet and must decide what to do with the mad oracle in their custody. And they actually made that decision, and the party split. Some of them taking the noble carriage without Ptolemy on the way back to the Sanitarium to deposit Lareth the Beautiful within. That is Shadow, Oskar, and Darian, along with Doom, taking the horses to...
He still has to run.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
And
he's
now
still...
that we don't have the other guy, we want to see how fast he can run.
Yeah. Well, this guy's got some good cardio.
Whereas the others, namely Ptolemy, Bone Crusher, Alkur, and Kreiger, are staying behind in the village of Hamlet to sell goods, to do some crafting, and just like Lareth had predicted, 2 people gave you a quest. A woodworker asked you to go to Deklo Grove to confront some very large spiders that are keeping him from doing his work, and he's willing...
Hero points, Marty.
Yeah, you're getting it, bud.
Yep. So everyone gets a hero. All the characters get 1 hero point because that's what you do at the beginning of the session. And because you went through the treasure and are like driving the crafting of all the goods, both Oskar and Alkur are going to get an extra hero point tonight.
Ooh.
Sorry, Ahmed.
Hey, yo, he deserves it. That was a close second. Yeah, you can have sleep now.
Yes.
He shredded the beef.
So
after
the second quest was Turjan, Canon Turjan of the Church of Saints of the Five-Faced God, had received a vision that a magical mask related to their religion had been lost in the ancient battlefield of Emerity Meadows, or Emerity Downs, and it's wrapped around a vessel or a item of the enemy, and it's located near a pink rock somewhere in the meadows. He was a bit of a dick, however, kind of measuring out how
He was a bell end.
You know, yeah, he was bragging and insinuating that he can bring people back from the life, but you can't. So I actually don't even know what that means in 2nd edition.
So my question is, can he bring himself back to life?
Yeah, that's a great power, bud. Stab! Okay. All right. So, yeah, let's begin episode 11. Which group? I think we should have a look at what Alkur and Ptolemy and the others are selling. There's a whole bunch of treasure that they have.
It has been grouped into chunks.
It has been grouped into chunks. The stuff that is
I already moved the arrows over, if you'd noticed.
okay. I'm
To
gonna create
our own
a page
inventory.
called Sold. If you want to just like move the stuff you're actually selling into Sold, and then we can tally up some of the money. Go ahead and cut and paste.
Okay, give me a second. The feeding.
Yep. As for the unidentified items, I guess there's a lot of time that you guys need to spend trying to identify these things. Ptolemy, I think, is taking the lead on all the identification because he can attempt quite quickly.
Oh my god, there's a lot of stuff.
Yes.
7th level Cloak of Elvenkind. Oh,
Yeah, that we have to figure out who I didn't assign that one. I think we have to actually have a discussion.
Ptolemy can quick identify magic in 1 minute or less.
Alkur can aid.
What are you using to do that?
Alkur can aid with any of the skills.
Yeah,
No,
he's probably going to do Arcana, so that's plus 10 for most of these items. Some of them may require the other traditions, but he's got plus 8 in occultism, plus 6 in nature.
Alkur has a plus
6
Can't help
in
you.
9 in nature, plus 8 in. Sorry, those I didn't update these. He has a plus 9 in arcane and a plus 10 in nature.
Got
Can
it.
the crafting help?
No.
Okay, I'm useless to this then.
Okay.
Good luck. Oh goes well.
So if you want, I could speed this up by just saying which ones you've identified and which ones you haven't. By taking 10, you guys, with aiding and some time, you guys have all the way up to your 5th level items identified, leaving that Cloak of the Elven Kind as the only thing that you'll have to roll for.
Okay, that works.
Okay.
I'm assuming, do they care? We need the knoll heads as something? Because that's something that we're going to buy back. So,
What do you mean?
do you want the knoll heads in the sold?
Yeah. You handed them over and got your reward for the gnolls and the bugbears and the bandits. Given that it's a paladin of the five-faced god, they trust that the human heads that you've brought are indeed bandit heads. And in this garish sort of way, they actually have the heads on display for a while outside of the barracks.
One note, you son of a boomse.
Okay.
I missed control, so I shift X.
Did you delete?
And it won't let me undo. That's fine. It was
The heads.
the heads.
You tallied up the amount. That's fine.
I've got the amount.
Yeah.
I'm missing the breakdown of.
There is a undo in one note.
The undo once you switched pages, because I was going quick.
Oh, yeah.
Goes away.
Stop being a dink.
Oh.
All right. Leaving that last thing. So give me your aid check to help Ptolemy.
All right.
DC's 15.
24.
Okay, so he gets a plus 11. 23, you bang on with your help. So you guys do identify it as a Cloak of Elven Kind, and in 2nd edition, it actually grants invisibility, I think.
Once per day invisibility, and then at will go sound, and then +1 stealth.
At will go sound. That's pretty cool.
He can make farty sounds for you.
All right. Are any of these items being divvied now?
This is after the group left.
This is after the group left, so you can go ahead and put them on the character sheets, but just put them at the bottom, because Oskar, Darian, and Shadow will not have these items yet.
Okay. All right. Ahmed.
Yeah, man.
For okay.
We should look for Boots of Elvenkind, because if you have them, you can activate invisibility twice a day with the cloak. So.
All right. In this list, are you looking at the list or no? Do you want me to just start distributing, or do you have any? I just put people beside things.
The thing is, I don't really know. I mean, I have to look them all up, right? So.
All right. So I'm just going to assume I did good, and we can haggle.
Can you give me what the bird feather token? That's a one-use item, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Dancing scarf. Oh, that's a boost to dance. Shadow rune. What does that do?
It goes on armor, so it has to be crafted in.
Okay. Yeah, +1 stealth, I assume.
Okay, I'm going to take the dancing scarf, put it on Ptolemy, because I think he's the only one with perform.
Yeah. Bag of holding.
You're okay with the +1 chain shirt, I'm assuming?
What is that actually? Yeah, okay, give me a sec.
Gives you better armor.
But does it?
Make a
What's
little
the?
bit of noise.
What's the
It's
MDB max dex?
+3 max dex.
Okay, so it doesn't actually do anything for me.
No, it is better armor.
How much better armor?
So you have two options. The chain shirt, or we can move the +1 to your armor as a crafting skill.
Well, that will be. I'd like to move it because currently I get to use all my decks,
Okay.
which
I'll
gives me a.
I'll move it to leather, and we'll put the shadow rune on shadow.
Okay.
That's fine. So that just stays there. I'll have to figure out the cost.
So what is the deck? What is the armor bonus that the chain shirt gives?
+2.
Instead of +1. No, it's the same thing for me because
It's also +1, so it becomes +3.
yeah, I would move the +1 to my armor.
Okay, if we have time, we'll move the +1 to the armor.
Yeah, please. We didn't level yet, right? We're still at 4th.
We have to fight.
We're 100 and a bit away. Okay.
All right. Now the salve of the. Are you taking these other things or no?
I didn't click on anything. I'm letting you. You've
All right.
looked into this. Here, I'll take the Viper Arrow and the Bark Skin Potion. And this +1 dagger, are we
We're,
we're gonna take that away from the arrow from the dagger?
no, we're gonna give one of the a Ptolemy a +1 dagger to put on his belt, or maybe
Right.
Oskar as a 2-weapon fighting weapon.
Okay, yeah. All right, that's good for him.
Ptolemy's fine with Oskar taking it. He's like, I'm tentacle hands most times when we get into a scrap.
All right, just don't get hit by a frog.
Well, I've got a dagger here.
Alkur is going to create the dagger of penetration or something that will just cut it, like the vorpal dagger of I don't want to be eaten.
Nice.
Of don't eat me, brah.
Yep.
At some point. All right. So the solve of slipperiness is for escape artist checks.
Give that to somebody who's got crappy athletics, or somebody who's gonna get into. I mean,
Shadow or Oskar?
what's your athletics at? Mine's at an 8.
Oskar is at a. Oh, sorry, it's acrobatics. And it's a 10.
Oh, acrobatics. He has a 10. I'm getting stuff. You're not so far. So
no,
continue.
Oskar got a bunch of stuff.
1d20.
Just.
I rolled a 1. It's yours.
I'm putting it on your sheet.
Oh, take it. It's fine.
Are these totals like from all the selling silver pieces?
well, the here. So there's a 528.5, a
Yep.
1381, a 96, and a 5171.
Okay. Let me.
And those are after divide by 2s for non-commodities.
Yep. I'm gonna add them all together.
Yep. Oh, Oskar if he has the opportunity, he wants to sell those pants for personal profit.
Sure.
That's funny.
Excellent.
You sell them to a farmer on your way outside of town.
They're going in the copper jar.
Yeah. Well, this goes down. This goes up.
All right.
Plus 96 plus. Okay. I think I got it all. Yes.
All right. And there's now Shadow left his composite bow for magicking. Which bow is Tony or is Alkur?
The longbow. The longbow. He's keeping his short bow. I have a longbow and a short bow. Give me a sec.
Okay, so he's got the right one. Okay, perfect.
Is your short bow
Okay,
plus
So
1?
this is the divvying
No,
that
it's
was
not.
done.
Okay.
I left you the composite longbow, and I kept the short bow.
Yes, we agree.
So you said a potion of bark skin. That's going to Crusher. Okay. Is Mark getting anything? Let's see, consumables.
I think fighters and warrior types, a lot of their gear is weapons and armor. Like a lot of their gear is just that.
So Krieger got a new hammer, and he's already got magic armor. Darian gets magic armor, a bracelet of dashing, and then he will get a new weapon eventually. In the crafting list, Shadow's armor is going to be upgraded. Staffs or Crusher's wraps will be upgraded, and then
Do they double the damage?
yeah, double the damage dice.
Yay.
And we actually have a spare set of those wraps, so you can keep wearing your wraps while these other ones get made.
Yep. Do both wraps have to be like? Can you put like a specific type of magic on one wrap, like on one fist, and another type of wraps on the other fist, or wrap his feet so he's got two different types?
I don't think so. Maybe in other rule sets as it expands. For now, I think we're trying to play as vanilla as possible.
As vanilla,
Yeah.
no problem. I'm just being an asshole.
Good question. Just so we understand the rule sets, like it finally grokked on me looking at the magic items this week that there are slots. They don't come out and say it, but there are slots.
Right,
Like they don't list out the
healing
slots,
item.
but there are like you can't double up in a lot of the slots.
So healing gloves, which is what Alkur is going to make for himself. He was going to make ones for Crusher, but they conflict with hand wraps.
What do they do? Because if they can be useful in downtime, or like out of combat, take these gloves off and put these ones on.
Your investment.
You can invest in an item not during your daily preparations, but I think it takes like 10. Like I think it takes some time, and it counts towards your max 10 invested items for the day. So you could switch up items, but sometimes you'll have to wait until your next rest period. I don't think you're at the point where you guys are investing 10 each, but I could see that happening soon.
Yeah, probably probably 2 levels, or maybe let's see how many things we find in this next dungeon.
Okay, it sounds like a lot of crafting is happening. It looks like you have listed out all the things that you can make. Are there DCs involved in this?
That list there,
Yeah.
the list of items that have like the pluses in them, those are things I'd like to craft. Everything else is just to buy.
Got it. And those pluses include the learning the
Yeah, that's the plus is a formula.
learning the formula. Okay. I don't see anything in here that Hamlet could not provide, although you're probably like you are well known around the town now as you're visiting various vendors and people.
Just a thing that would happen quickly. Crusher suggests we give the 600 man days of food, the rations. We just give that to the town and to the people.
But it's all food, just told me.
What do you mean give?
Think in return for the following. First thing, it's gonna spoil before we can use it.
Well,
The second thing,
first,
we already provide for ourselves.
you've sent 4.5 people on a 30-day journey.
That's 120 days there,
Shadow gets food every night.
plus horses.
Yeah, I get it, but they would have taken some food. Like you wouldn't leave with zero food, even though you have the ability to
make just in case.
Yep. Especially after Shadow got trapped in a almost starved to death in a.
he's got extra food. He just keeps.
Right, and then your food stores. I saw you had 10 man days of food. You guys had an 8-day expedition out to the. You had 10 party days worth of food. You had an 8-day expedition out, so I subtracted your food. So, yeah, you could give it to the town, but you're going to end up having to just buy food.
I'd rather just keep it.
Okay.
All right. I was thinking it would be good for maybe getting known with the people and getting their goodwill and maybe getting better deals.
We brought them heads of those who wronged them. What better way is there to...
You came back with news that you cleared out the moat house and showed them a ridiculous number of heads of bandits and monsters that they've all been poking at. Like, everyone has stopped by the near the bridge in the town to gawk at the heads that were all brought back. You guys are known. They know who you are, and now you're spreading all of your wealth that you got from the town. And you guys have people coming up to you and thanking you and talking to you and pointing as you're walking by.
Okay. Cool. FYI to people who are carrying potions, they're 1.1 bulk or 1 light.
They're light, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Shadow can't do that.
No, lights don't become a problem until you have 10 of them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
So you could
0.1.
you could have 9 light items and not be carrying a bulk.
9 light items is 0 bulk.
Let's put it this way: at Shadow's situation, I'm counting arrows.
Got it. Well, because you're carrying a redonkulous amount of arrows. Yeah.
Yeah, like 150 arrows.
All right.
Yeah,
So are there craft checks involved? Is what I'm asking.
There are craft checks to craft. Give me a second. It's based on the DC of the item. I would like to get the crafter's eyepiece first, which is a purchase item if possible.
What level?
It's a level 3 item.
Yep. Give me a D3. 1 is friendly. 3 is a jackass.
It's a jackass.
All right. So
Use your hero points.
you end up finding out that the thing that you want is owned by these 2 merchants at the trading post, Grimag and Ranos Davi. At this moment, you regret sending Oskar away, and you end up spending 10% more than you should have on that item.
How much does it cost?
60 gold pieces. I'll just put
So
66 there.
66.
I understand why they wouldn't want to sell that.
There's an extra, like a bonus to crafting.
Well, it's a bonus to crafting. Yeah. So the craft checks are based off of.
It's a pretty
the item has-
thing. You should be able to afford it, though, given all the silver that we think you got carted back from the moat house.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be nice if you gave a donation to the hard-working merchants who have suffered at the hands of the bandits?
Are you extorting a priest of the heart of gold?
Well, not extorting. We're giving a fair price.
Yes, it's fair.
Bad
Well-
business practices beget competition, and he pays the extra money.
There you go.
They're all smiles.
Good day, gentlemen.
The two hired thugs outside the place just watching you closely, and
Next week, Alkur's crafts and things.
Except pretty much.
Better than those guys.
So the GM determines the DC to craft the item.
I think level items have a DC. Like there's a DC for the level, so
Right, and it's
you can look at page 503. There is a DCs by level, and that's what it's going to be.
You know what I'm really paying attention to now is how small items could be very useful. Stuff like the Tanglefoot bags, little poisons and acid flasks. Those are much more effective.
The consumables, yep.
Yeah, they're much more effective now.
okay. So give me a second. I think I have. So yeah, there's craft checks involved. A 4th level item, which is the highest level, is a DC 19. Alkur.
Hmm.
Believe that monocle, or the crafter's monocle, makes it so I can't critical fail. Crafter's
Nice.
eyepiece. No, it helps you.
Stuff
So it's
is
plus
really
one item bonus,
fucking
and you can
expensive.
repair things quicker. Cool. All right. I thought I had a spell to help with this. I might be confused. That's fine. Oh, guidance. Oh, it was 503 you said was
Yep.
the page?
DC spell level.
Yeah. Okay, so, right.
Hmm. This shit costs a lot of money.
No. Okay. Yeah. Yes. That stuff does. All right. So DC 19 for the highest level item that we're looking to craft.
Okay.
So we've got 3 DC 19s, I think. 1, 2, 3.
4.
Actually, 4 DC 19s. The moving the striking.
Yep.
And then the level 3 is DC 18, which is 1 DC 18. And then
No, it looks like
two is
4
DC
of them.
16. And then 1 DC 16. Oh, and then the moving of the chain shirt thing, that is
Oh, I see. Some of them you're buying. Some of them are your crafting. Okay.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, the items are different. Okay. Yeah, so yes, there are some skill checks involved here.
Okay. Let's give me some rolls as you're
Oh,
going.
wow. Okay, sorry. Keep going. Sorry, I found some cool shit.
Here, 1 second. Cool. Yeah, and it's for each additional day. All right. So, here. Okay. Sorry, I'm multitasking like 3 pages at once.
That's fine.
Okay. So I have a 11. I have a plus 12 craft check. So let's do the first item. The first, or do we want to? Does it matter in any particular order, or?
I just go in order of on the sheet.
Okay.
So stream, what we're doing is actually going through the magic items that we got from a dungeon last time, and it's kind of doing it on screen because this is the first time we're doing some other stuff. So we're kind of learning and teaching some of y'all.
All right. So the crying angel pendants are successfully crafted.
Okay.
All right.
What do those do?
Those prevent you from accidentally murdering someone when performing a treat wounds.
Ah.
The bracelet of dashing was not created on the first attempt.
Okay.
I wasted my time. So I will.
Cost of living. To live a comfortable cost of living, subsistence means that you're using society or survival checks to live for free.
Mm-hmm.
Ptolemy might actually do that. A comfortable living is 4 gold pieces per month. You guys are effectively taking a month of downtime. So that's 40 silver per character that is not on the road. So for... we'll reduce that to 2 because they're giving you rooms at the inn. So 20 silver, you guys need to spend 60 silver, and Ptolemy is going to try to use a society check, which he rolls poorly on, to subsist. I think he ends up having to spend the money anyways. So that's 80 silver for you guys
It's
to
8
live
gold.
that month.
So grab that, or do you want me to take it off the thing?
Sure.
A really cool item is a lifting belt. I don't know if you want to think about it, just in case, because this is really useful.
Is it better than a bag of holding?
It allows you to hold up to 8 bulk. Increase your, as if it was nothing. Carry bulk equals 6 plus your strength.
Alright, so the Bracelet of Dashing took an extra 4 days to create.
Okay.
11 plus your strength is 5.
We'll then start the weapons. Actually, we're going to do the staff, then the weapons, then the healer's gloves.
Okay. You're moving a bunch of runes around effectively.
Yep.
Okay.
I waste 10% of the materials I needed to do the check. So I waste 6.5 silver pieces.
All right. Subtract it from the giant pile of the stack of silver that you got. Or add it to the cost that it looks like you've tallied.
I'm just putting up there.
Okay, yeah.
All right. And I will put a tick there because we're gonna run out of days eventually.
So Alkur does some of the crafting in his inn room, but then has to run around town to various facilities like smithies and weaver shops and money changers and fine smiths to go and craft all these things. So Alkur's been pretty busy. He's been out and about. Kreiger's been helping at the Inn of Welcome and making him. He basically works there, probably for tips, but he just loves the tavern. Ptolemy has, well, pretty much a layabout at the tavern, looking at the magic items and following Alkur around occasionally. Bone Crusher, how are you spending your downtime?
I was thinking,
Yep.
with my created a crafting sheet, by the way, in the party pages of what we want to do. So Crusher is going to be using his lore engineering in World of Warcraft to help out at the building of the keep.
You definitely can. They appreciate your services. And you seem to know what you're doing, so I think there is a check somewhere where you can actually make money doing this.
Sounds good.
So let me have a look at downtown and making the money. I'm not sure if you're doing this for coin, but I'm interested.
I'm not. He wants to. This is preparation for war. This is perfect.
Yep.
Excellent. You need to get. He's like, let's do this.
But I'm going to basically we're going to still go make a roll and then figure out how much like you contributed.
Yeah.
And we'll use money as a.
When you
It's
doing
under
craft checks
skills,
to do
I
a
think.
thing, you actually you build at no cost, or you reduce the cost of the building. So, good to be useful.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I think it's under the skill, the lore skill.
Okay, you are trained in your ability.
Yeah. Let's see here. I am trained. I'm using two. I'm using warfare and engineering to get the right design and how to build it properly and have an easy time building it. Kreiger was here. We we get the laborer.
Oh wow. Okay. Go ahead. Give me a roll.
Okay, it's the D20 plus my.
Yep.
Okay. 23.
Nice. Not a critical success, but a success. And for each day.
Can I take extra time to get a bonus? Or maybe get a bonus from looking at their plans or stuff like that? I don't know.
No, you're contributing where you can. They're at a phase where they're cutting some stone, and you use your knowledge to help them plan out the cutting and fitting of stones. And you earn 7 silver pieces per day for that effort.
Sweet. And for a month?
Yep.
Okie dokie. 7 a day. So how many days is that?
30.
210 silver pieces is what
So
you.
it's 10 days. Okay, so literally a month. A month is 30 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that pays for your 20 gold pieces of like living comfortably.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's fine.
But no, put 210 silver. Are you taking the money, or are you providing your services
200.
for free?
210. Do we see a benefit for doing that?
Goodwill.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll do it. He's not going to take the money and he's going to put it as like goodwill, or he'll take some of the money and like buy food for the workers. He's building loyalty and morale between the troops.
Okay, are you helping out Burns Badgers, or are you helping out the laborers? Or everyone?
Both. Everyone.
All right. Okay, so Crusher's actually contributing to the defense of the town and helping them fit stones into the castle. Like, the castle's a multi-year effort. Like,
Yeah.
over time you would end up helping. But just for the stage that they're at, you do your best over the course of the month.
So, you know the armor that you didn't want on Shadow? You sure you don't
Yeah.
want it on Shadow?
It is going to reduce my it's going to reduce a lot of my checks.
Okay, your armor can't get upgraded till next downtime.
My leather.
Yeah, I'm not at high enough level to do it.
Okay, then just leave it as it is. I can wear it to get my extra AC. No, it's not. It's not even going to be the same thing. It's not worth it.
Okay, you can run 1 AC less. That's okay. Because 6 is greater than 5.
No, it's a
Next
it's a,
downtime, you can just move the runes around, right?
Yeah, but I need to be 5th level before I can move the runes of armor.
it's a +3. I have a +1, but I'd lose my. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay, that's fine. So it'll just sit there.
Thank you. No, thanks for letting me know though.
All right. Are you almost done, or are you still going?
Yeah, no, I'm done. It took 28 days to do the crafting, and one of the items got switched from crafting to purchase.
Okay.
I also bought the recipe so I can make more in the future, but
Got it. Subtract the money, add the items to the character sheets, to the ones that are on the road, add it to the bottom.
okay.
For Kreiger, I'm going to roll to see how much money he makes at the bar. I'm going to divide it by a little bit less because, well, he's not going to make as much because it's actually a relatively simple task.
Ahmed, add a +1 quarterstaff or +1 staff to Crusher.
+1 staff.
Yep.
What's the reach of it?
It's just a staff. You broke your stick in the last dungeon.
The long spear?
Oh, there's no, it's a staff.
Kreiger made 30 silver coins and tips over the month.
That's not bad.
Yeah. I'll just add that to his character sheet. It just represents him spending time at the Inn of Welcome. During your time, are you going to go and speak to Lord Mayor Byrne at all about what you found at the?
I think we need to we need to talk to him. I think it's.
Yeah.
Okay.
We kind of need to, but we also kind of don't. It's weird.
Give me a D2. Let's see who notices something. 1, it's Alkur. 2, it's Bone Crusher.
All right, I'll let you roll that. Okay, so this was all purchased.
It's me.
Bone Crusher, you were leaving the Inn of Welcome early that day to go and buy some breads for the laborers, and you were leaving the Inn of Welcome. It's really quiet. It was in the morning. and you heard some whispering in an alleyway.
Stealth my dumbass over there.
Okay, give me a stealth roll.
14.
Hey, who's there?
You hear a familiar voice. It's Taruko. And Cobart, they're in the alleyway. They seem, you kind of like they could tell that you were there.
The fuck? Who's up this early? Stand out.
Wait, this is Zert. Was the Zert the guy who was in the playing cards?
Zert was one of the guys playing cards. He was not the guy cheating everyone, but he has been staying at the Inn of Welcome. And you see Cobart, Taruko, they seem to have recovered some of their armor and weapons. Not as good as they were before, but they have some armor and weapons.
Same thing as the old...
Do you step out or you go running away?
Hey, who's there?
Oh, Crusher will step back into the inn.
Oh, hey, it's Crusher. Easy, big fella, easy, big fella.
I know this guy. I know you know this guy, says Cobart. They're staying at the Inn of Welcome. Is this the one you're telling me about?
Oh, well, yeah, he gave us a good ass kicking out in the road. Didn't you, big guy?
He cracks a knuckle.
Well, yes. But, you did have an out.
A what?
Never mind.
It appears
Glad to see that you're well.
It appears there's 3 against 1 right now.
Oh. Is Crusher all alone? Doesn't have all of his friends around to protect him?
Goes,
He whistles. Would you like to make a bet on that?
intimidate.
Are you bluffing?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a deception check.
Oh shit. 10.
They pause for a moment.
Oh, he's all alone, ain't he?
I suggest that you hand over some of that money that you're carrying as recompense for thieving against us.
Yeah, we were thinking about lodging a complaint about you and yous bandits on the road, taking our stuffs.
Crusher's cracking his ball like
When in the month is it? Does he have his +1 Mighty Raps beaten ass?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Let's see. 1, it's no. 3, it's yes. 2, they're in the shop. 3, it's yes. Yeah.
Oh, those look nice. I know what those are.
Sure you want to taste them?
Careful, he's got etchings on his fist there.
If you do this, you will be naked fully this time. The 3 of you.
Oh, I don't know. I think we could take him. Think you gotta give us some stuff, and we'll let you go.
What's
So
a few
now you're all thieves.
What's a few coppers amongst friends?
Oh, silvers. He owes us silvers.
I will give you this warning, Truco. Back away. Back away or you will pay.
Give me an intimidate check.
Yeah. 22.
Yeah, he hits pretty hard. All right.
Woo.
On your merry way now.
Crusher's looking at them, backing away, and then when he's a good distance, he'll.
Okay.
Poop a little bit.
Yeah, he's like, all right, Crusher's a bit cranky. He's got his new fancy punching wraps there.
Wanted to give these things a spin, if you know what I mean.
Glad this was Alkur just to give it giving him noogies.
They're fucking upside down, emptying his pockets. But I need that for crafting.
Chris has to get back to the inn.
Okay, so you go back into the inn.
Yep. Let's warn the other fellas here.
Yeah, Ptolemy's still sleeping. Alkur is up early. Kreiger is actually up cleaning stuff. Most people in the tavern aren't even downstairs yet.
You know those two idiots that we ran into the forest on the way to the boathouse?
Krieger's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Or, sorry, no.
they're in the town. They're just outside here. They actually wanted to rough me up for some coin.
Oh shit.
Didn't you hear the whistle? I went like that.
No.
Fucking asshole. Perk up your ears
Krieger
next
grabs his hammer.
Where are they?
time. No need. They're not going to cause trouble. But if Alkur or Damien or Ptolemy went out, they would be. Not with you for sure.
Alright, well, you're gonna have to stay inside today then.
I've got work to do.
Well, Bone Crusher's gonna have to escort you. Yeah, it's a new rule. We'll have an escort for you.
Yep.
Hey, Ostler.
Yes.
That asshole Zert was trying to get money out of Bone Crusher.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Do you owe him money?
No. There were some bandits out on the road.
I suggest we kick out his stuff. You kick him out of this place. You can rent it to good folk.
I suppose that would do. Krieger goes upstairs and finds his room and dumps a backpack out the back.
There we go.
He just throws it out the front door. It's actually it looks like an adventuring kit. Like,
Is the owner of the tavern getting paid for having us there?
nope. You guys promised to go rescue his wife.
Oh, Crusher's still putting some stuff. Crusher's gonna give him some coin regardless. He's not gonna stay there for a month.
Okay. The remainder of the cost for living comfortably is 20 silver.
2 gold. Yep, he'll pay him. He'll give it to him.
Okay. All right. You get the kind of conversation where it's not necessary and you have to push your point to give him the money.
Yep.
Everybody seems all
What the fuck?
fussed this morning.
You're done here.
This is Krieger. Fuck you. Fucking ingrates.
We'll see if you're heroes of anything. Heroes tend to die around these parts, Zert.
Yeah. We tend to kill a few muskrats first, says Krieger, and guys.
Why don't you go ask those bandit heads how they fared?
He grabs his stuff and goes running to join his buddies.
Keep an eye out for them. There's 3 of them now.
They
We
seem
made friends.
they seem to head north further into town.
Okay.
Also just gives you a nod, like he's happy not to have rough, dangerous folk in his establishment.
Is there a problem?
Yes. Remember the 2 that we ran into in the road?
Yes, you gave them a talking to.
Just outside. So if you were out there alone, guess what would have happened?
I can hold a conversation.
Just don't go into a dark alley.
Were they uncivilized?
Yes. Didn't have to draw blood. I was able to talk them down. But might not be so lucky with 3 of them.
Used our words.
Yes. Just have to be careful.
Alright, I have to get some components. Would you, mind walking me to the shops?
Of course not. Let's make it quick though. I do need to get back to the keep.
All right, so this slows your work a little bit, but it's just a bit of a pain. It makes your days a little bit
I
longer.
failed a couple checks where I had to roll again. So
Yep.
it's like, damn it! Piece of rune breaks.
At some point, are you going to talk to any of the elders of the town? There's
Yeah, I think so.
there's
Yeah.
Eldar, there is Jeru, and then there's Lord Byrne.
Yeah. We need to set up a meeting with all of us. Need to be told of what's happened. Where things are.
Okay. You do have some pull to set up a meeting. Those three are willing to talk to you. They adjourn a meeting at the town hall. We'll say this is close to halfway through your downtime. Jeru and
What's our story?
Eldar.
I mean, what's the story?
Well, what's our story?
We ask the Lord Mayor about why he left a demon so near his town.
The Council of Elders will see you now, Baronet, friends. This is Captain Rufus. He knows that Bone Crusher has been helping out, and that Kreiger has been also helping out, and Alkur has been spreading a lot of money, and the Baronet, well, he led the expedition where all the heads were. The heads were on display for about a week, and then they made a big ass bonfire, and there was like a small celebration around the big ass bonfire where they burned all the heads.
Perfect. All right, we should probably speak with the man.
Okay, you're escorted just to the next building over. You're not given an introduction. They know who you are at this point. Captain Rufus is listening near the door within earshot.
I must say, you've brought quite a bit of hustle and bustle to our town, says Jeru.
Eldar is just scowling, and Lord Mayor Byrne has politely clasps his hands in front of him.
We have learned much in our expeditions. One of the bandits was most loose-lipped.
Indeed.
Yes, we've also interrogated the two bandits that you have provided us, the captives. Yes, Runty and Old. Their cowardice has led to also some grand tales of evil rising once again at the Temple of Elements.
Yes. How did you lock the evil away last time? You're just like right to the point of the.
There are magics in that temple that I do not fully understand. We were able to seal up the temple. It should prove impossible for those to return to the temple itself. I am confident in the work that we did long ago. However, having agents of evil poke around said temple is not something that we can stand for. Given your bravery at the moat house and your ability to rout large groups of bandits and minions, no doubt the next place where one should visit would likely be the town of Nob, which has a history of supporting the cultists who have sought to spread their evil from the temple and beyond.
Interesting.
If you are up to the task, I would very much like to have a report of your findings at the temple, the strength of these remaining bandits, so on and so forth. And any sort of signs that you have, and you notice that they have still the old cloth with the and any signs of this cult. Should you not be able to root it out, should be reported back to us.
Has there been any... When you were last in the temple, were the cultists trying to affect the flow of time?
Pardon me, says the druid.
Were the cultists trying to change the flow of time? Or were they convinced of a madness where they felt they were living in circles, unending flow?
They look thoroughly confused at your question. Not quite. That sort of power seems ridiculous. It is not the power that we faced when we faced the agents of the cult, the agents of the temple.
I do agree this is a foolish thing, but we were shown a man who understood things that he should not, and was convinced that he was living an eternity of the same life. He has been sent to the sanitarium. He will be... His madness will be recorded there.
Interesting. I'm sure the cultists have stared into the eyes of madness. You should not trust any of them. As for your...
So far, he has made several true predictions.
Drew's now listening. Eldar's just scowling at all this talk of time magic and prophecy.
He predicted that we would be approached by 2 members of the town and asked to perform favors. He successfully predicted what the favors themselves would be, and has predicted that, for example, in the killing fields, the lost artifact of the five-faced god would be protected by a hill giant and a bear. This was not information that... If this information turns out to be true, then... Well, that was nothing that was communicated to us via the town.
Duro shrugs. He says, "It is known to those who can walk amongst the wilderness that there is a giant and a particularly nasty cave bear that lurk in Emeraldy Downs, and it is quite common knowledge that spiders have taken over Deklo Grove." You mentioned the spiders, right? I
didn't mention the mention the spiders. I just they were of the tasks. Right?
Okay, yeah, he mentioned, you mentioned Emeraldy Downs, so yeah, he says yes. He thinks that it is correct. You think as a druid he might have spotted the giant before, but never went out and attacked.
I don't believe it is common knowledge that an artifact of the five-faced god is there, and that the sturgeon has had a vision that would have him contact us at our abode. I believe that is more the interesting components of the story.
Interesting. I know that Turgeon has had visions, although he has not shared it with us, says Mayor Lord Byrne. We will have to speak to Turgeon. He should be at this council, but apparently he's in prayer, says Drew. Now,
as I said,
in the final battles against the evils of the temple, many of the upper works of the temple were thrown down and destroyed in our final siege, in the war against its hordes. But because of the great power that dwelled within the temple itself, a great and evil presence, we did not actually raise the entire temple proper. Fearful of actually releasing that evil upon the world, we placed mighty wards of all sorts upon the place and the black labyrinth beneath. Even though our force was great, our powers were depleted, and we could not clean out what was there. Since that time, because of the wards we have placed, our understanding is that the temple has been shunned.
Even the denizens of Nolb know better than to go to such a place. Perhaps the foul corruption of the temple would seek out a place filled with garbage and filth as Nolb is, says Drew. Well, when the temple flourished, earthquakes and storms of all sorts, great fires and flash floods struck all areas nearby with seeming capriciousness. Great hordes were gathered there. All of that ceased when the temple was assaulted and sealed.
And the demoness that lie within?
He nods. It seems to be a thing he wasn't going to elaborate on. If it is fortunes, Baronet, I suggest you seek them elsewhere. However, if you are willing to reconnoiter and look into these tales of more bandits and cultists gathering at such a place, I would not send you into the temple while you may be riding the spirit of victory against these creatures that you have routed out from the moat house. Know that there are things that we have locked in there that will make those creatures pale in comparison.
We've been warned.
A question. Banditry not directly related to the bandits. General thuggery in the streets. What is the local law with respect to this sort of thing?
We stand firm against cultists of the temple. Such practices in our fair town and in dire Sylvania are punished by death. Now, this mad oracle of yours, I assume that I assume that is where excuse me.
Are you getting old? Poor bear.
Remnants of a cold. I assume that this man is going to be kept for safekeeping at this sanitarium instead of being put to death as he should.
That was the idea.
Let us hope that your squire, this knight's son, is not bested by this madman. There's a long road there, Baronet. Oh, yes.
He travels with minds as devious as those they protect. They should be able to control him.
You thought impossible, but there's even more of a scowl coming from Eldar now.
I mean, if you have Shadow and Oskar guarding you, you're pretty guarded from shenaniganry.
Yep.
Yep.
We would like to know your mind of such things. Would you be going to the temple? They're all listening.
Sense motive.
Sure. Give us a perception check.
Perception check. Do I perceive your loaded question? Perceive loaded question. 16.
They want to know if you're going or not.
That is our intent.
Is there any documented maps, drawings of these black catacombs or caves you mentioned, with the temple itself. You must remember something that could be of aid to us.
The doors have been sealed.
Nothing
I will be
reason.
very surprised and somewhat relieved should you not find your way in. Perhaps these creatures are merely camped out around the temple itself.
From what we've heard, they're already inside the temple.
Yes, and we've also heard that there's a mystic that is in control of time.
Not claiming that he's at the whims of time, but he does have the ability to. He's extremely lucky if he is simply making predictions.
You will find it impossible to approach the doors where the walls have been placed. Great magics of antipathy have been placed upon them. It will be obvious where you will not be able to tread.
And who could tread these halls?
No one. That was the point.
Interesting.
Good luck to you. We look forward to hearing your report. He turns to Alkur. Let us know if you require a wizard to teach you any new spells. We should not have you going there unprotected.
Ooh, you noticed I was dabbling, did you?
I do have some potions that I can also sell you, says Daru.
That was one of the things I didn't do when the chicken.
Could
at
you
the bottom of
use
your
your
sheet,
offers?
Ahmed, I
Yeah?
threw some silver pieces. I just took a big chunk of what was left and gave 200 to all the characters.
To each?
200 silver pieces each, leaving a
Yes.
emergency fund for the party.
While these are tense matters, we do appreciate what you've done so far. Especially in being very public in your time here at the at our fair village. Bone Crusher, I have received reports that you have been quite helpful.
Well, yes.
While the temple is some ways away, know that you are free to continue to use Homlet as a base of your operations. No bandit would likely come within 3 days' ride of this place, given what you've done.
We hope to take more of them out. And your keep will be magnificent.
Yes.
Just need to keep at it.
Let us hope we complete the keep before our next visit from the Iron Lords.
When is that expected?
Strangely, and for some time now, they have ceased to come. We, while have placed aside the taxes that they normally collect, have not sought them out.
That's their
I
problem.
wish Oskar was part of this conversation so bad.
There's a room somewhere here filled with years of taxes.
Oh, duly noted, says Ptolemy.
Where are your taxes being kept again?
Ptolemy was going to say something, but then didn't say it, and he just sort of wallows in the awkward silence that follows.
Demon worship is most foul.
Yes, it appears that we may very well be plagued by it once again.
We have to remove this curse.
Are we done?
Says Eldar. I believe we've said all we need to say.
All right.
He bangs a gavel.
Hmm.
Gets up.
If you're to go to Nulb, there's a good man there by the name of Otis. He's the smith. Not everyone in Nulb's a cranberry eater.
The smith.
Crusher's writing.
Otis, yeah.
Crusher's writing down in his notes.
He just walks out. He's a big, tall, farming man, big, strong. He might have been a smith himself at one point. Right? They dismiss you.
We stand around for an extra 2 minutes. Just we leave. What are your thoughts, Ptolemy?
About. Right.
I would suggest
The world has gone mad.
I would suggest perhaps expanding your eyes by having a small scouting party invisible at the boathouse.
I thought we were going to go crush some spiders.
Well, we're gonna do that. My
yes.
suggestion is to have scouts out by the moathouse and any other relevant
Who are you
location.
speaking to?
That's
Did we leave?
Yeah.
Did we leave or not? Oh,
Oh.
for fuck's sake!
Are you gonna go? You could see
I
Lord.
thought-
You could see Lord Byrne walking away actually with Captain Rufus. You could see their
Shit, I thought we were still there.
No, you can catch up with them if you want.
Yeah. What's his name? Is the guy with the Badgers? Is he there?
Yeah, Captain Rufus.
Rufus.
They turn they turn when you approach. So you kind of like
Well,
jogging
yeah.
after them.
Lord Mayor, Captain Rufus, I just wanted to suggest expanding your eyes in the region. I would recommend having a very small scouting party that would rotate at the moat house. If anything was to come by, they would go there first. It would give you a quick warning of anything that might be coming.
An excellent idea, Bone Crusher. It is something that Captain Rufus and I were discussing the other day. That some of Bone's badgers will rotate in and out of the moat house to make sure that the bandits do not return.
Excellent. Oh, on different circumstances, I think we would have gotten along quite well.
I wasn't aware we were not getting along.
Yeah, meant perhaps serving under you, perhaps. But that would be for a different time.
Should the leadership of the baronet grow tiresome, we could have use for someone as brave and as learned as you are.
Perhaps. I must see to our new tasks and quests. Good luck, Rufus.
Lord Mayor just nods to you, and Rufus sort of gives you a salute, and they continue to walk off, and you can get the sense that there's a level of informality between the two of them, like great familiarity.
They were friends.
They
Or
are.
are friends.
I would like to see Crusher swear fealty to a potato at some point. Just a potato.
Just because I said I'll. Yeah, never mind. It builds something.
Crusher comes back.
So we're going to go kill some spiders or what?
Let's go crush those little bastards.
Yes.
Big bastards, from what I heard.
Carefully.
All right.
Do we have anything that would help us against the poisons? They're likely poisonous, right?
My hammer.
And my fist.
Sounds very Lord of the Ring-ish.
Yes. Poison.
On my ox.
We don't get the ability to remove poison
And my
until
bow.
And my bow. And my bow. So Crusher has the medical. No, that's not the one. Robust recovery +4 when receiving or giving poison disease treatment.
Yeah, you're good at treating poison.
Yeah,
That's how we're going to do it.
and it's an automatic critical on a success. It's kind of cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's what we have. All right. Oh, sorry. One of the things we didn't talk about. One of us should probably wear this this cloak.
What is it?
The elvish cloak.
Oh. Oh yes, you mentioned that.
Oh, yes, it's a fine cloak. It'll turn you invisible.
Until you strike, isn't that correct?
Well, of course, it's invisibility. Did you know anything about magic?
Yes.
Actually not. Do you know how to crush rocks with your bare hands?
I've seen you do it.
Well, I've seen you cast spells, but I don't know how to cast spells.
Now that we've got that straightened out.
Awkward. This guy.
What else does it do?
About that poison. Do you have spells? Are you able to? You're going to
I don't
suck the
have
poison out
spells.
if I get bit by a spider. All of you.
In a matter of speaking, we will
all of
heal
it?
me.
All of you are going to suck the poison out. No, I'm not. Kreiger. Oh yes, you
Actually, I wouldn't. That actually doesn't work. But sure, we'll heal you.
We could purchase a some anti-poison alchemy.
Yes.
I think it would be a good idea.
Do that. Says Ptolemy, waves his handkerchief around. He's wearing the scarf too, so he's got the
He's just
scarf.
Flufador.
Yep.
All right, so they're 3 gold pieces each.
Ooh.
Antidote.
30 silver, man.
Yep.
3 gold.
Okay,
Give a
Kreiger,
+2.
Kreiger will pay for 1 for himself because he earned a little bit of money.
I think we actually have a slush fund. So
Oh,
we can
never
just-
mind.
Yeah, slush fund. Slush fund. Support of the slush fund.
I would recommend if a lot of people
There's
are
4
being
of us?
poisoned, give it to Crusher so that Crusher could actually heal you people.
So there's 4 of us, right?
Yeah.
Do they have 4 of them?
Yep.
Okay. So
My
5 more.
man.
You end up purchasing them from Giroux.
Thank you. Spiders are poisonous.
He nods.
At least some of them are.
Okay. You asked for
Do
directions.
you remember your childhood, Giroux?
Is this a trick question?
No. Thought experiment. Can you remember where you were born?
So Giroux lives. I know it looks like a building, but it's actually like a building built out of the base of a massive tree at the center of this grove. And Giroux seems to have an apprentice, I believe, as well. Yeah, his apprentice. Her name is Chiral. She is half elven. What sort of question is this? You've fallen under this this enchanter's spell. There's no such thing as time magic. Of course I remember my childhood, he says. Do you not remember yours?
I remember it in gross generalities, not in specifics.
Oh, I remember specifics, says Ptolemy. Very, very horrible specifics. I actually remember how it tastes.
My lord.
Bone Crusher is pretending to be Darian.
Exactly.
Krieger gives you a little bump, like that's funny.
Yeah, you shouldn't talk about that crap. Your childhood was fantastic.
Will you allow me to examine your head?
Certainly.
Okay, he takes off your hood and starts kind of feeling around your head and looks into your eyes and
He's gonna start telling me about my elvish phrenology or something.
yeah, he basically your reflexes are fine.
I believe so.
Kind of pinches your elbow and you kind of
Hey.
twitch a little bit. There's nothing physically wrong with you that I can see. We could do a closer examination, but it would require your companions to step outside, as I no doubt that they would have a considerable amount of magic on them, as well as you, to see if there is some sort of charm placed upon your head. There are magics that I hear that can affect one's memory, much more likely than this fantasy of time magic.
If this was a magical affliction, it would have been there longer than this event. I realized that before meeting this man. On another day, we could have a more thorough examination.
Very well. Until then, simply know that these cultists are liars, cheats. They have turned against their fellow man.
Never trust a demon worshipper.
No. They have sold their soul to something worse than a devil.
Chaos.
And chaos eats and transforms and cares not. It is wicked and terrible and uncaring.
So are we gonna go smash some bugs?
Krieger? I believe so. I believe so.
Yeah, he drops the antitoxins into your palm, and you guys soon have packs on your back full of food and supplies. Ptolemy complains that shouldn't we have waited until the carriage returned? As the three of you or the four of you are bounding off into the wilderness.
No, grow stronger.
I'm going to expose a map called Deklo Grove.
It's an adventure.
We're off to see the spider. The wonderful spiders.
We're not off to save the spiders. Are you mad?
If Oskar was around, we'd have to save the spiders. Parts of them, anyway.
Okay, Deklo Grove. First thing I'm going to go to the Runerak grid and actually write down where Deklo Grove is. It's just north of the town. I'll make a little green dot for Deklo Grove.
I'm going to do Lore Deklo Grove today.
Okay.
Could I do Lore Mayor Burn to represent one Lore day of like that downtime?
Sure.
Cool. Because that guy's weird. I don't know if I like him or if he's a knob or like
Which one? The druid?
no, the druid's fine. It's Lord Mayor.
Lord Mayor? Yeah, he's a weirdo.
So for the Lord Mayor, natural 20.
He's a
29.
weirdo. Well, you're supposed to tell me what kind of question what do you ask? Like, what do you want
I
to know?
want to know about his past. I want to know about
Okay.
his history. The history of Lord Mayor.
The Lord Mayor is best known for riding with his master, who is a wizard by the name of Foulrinth.
and he rode with Prince Thrommel during the time where they fought the agents of the temple, and then it was him and Falrinth and the prince who would have sealed the temple. Prince Thrommel is the most famous sons of King Hestrin. He would have been the heir Prince Thrommel.
Okay, so he's like, so our Lord Mayor was like apprentice mayor.
Lord Mayor was apprenticed to Falrinth, who was a powerful wizard that served Prince Thrommel, and the three of them rode into battle.
Cool.
You know that Lord Mayor Byrne settled in this region, probably to keep an eye on the temple. That due to the poor management of Dire Sylvania, took it upon himself to manage Hamlet. The Burns Badgers are not like an official like sanctioned unit. Not that there's much nobility. Like, this is his group of mercenaries from that time, and then they've just simply trained and replaced their ranks. What else can I tell you? It is rumored that Lord Byrne and Captain Rufus are lovers. And may explain why Lord Mayor Byrne has never taken a wife.
Captain Rufus was the smithy guy, right?
No, Captain Rufus was
Rufus is the Badgers.
He's the head of
Captain.
Burns Badgers.
What's his name? The Smith is the guy in Nulb that we're supposed to see. That's actually decent.
Eldar mentioned Otis the Smith in Nulb is a good man, and not everyone's a cranberry eater, which apparently is
Some sort of insult.
some sort of insult against the people who live in the swampy town of Nulb.
Oh, okay. Captain Rufus, right? The red-headed guy.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
He also was like a minor, like, foot soldier in the probably Lord Byrne's aid.
Adam, I need you. I need you to pay attention during game, okay, bud?
All right.
All right.
Ooh,
I don't
right.
think that was said.
that happened. It's funny. Anyways.
All right.
Good times. I can say it to him because he's nowhere near me. And DC, we look the same size, so we're not.
All right. All right. Now Deklo Grove.
Yep.
23.
What's the question?
What is the history of Deklo Grove?
Deklo Grove is a place where the trees grow very, very strong. They are apparently stronger than oak. And let me have a quick look at Pathfinder 2 special materials to see if there's something.
It's Darkwood.
I don't know if Darkwood is actually a thing anymore, or is it? Yeah, it is Darkwood.
That's why.
Yes. Effectively, darkwood, a certain variety of darkwood grows in Deklo Grove. You know that the people of Hamlet don't try to harvest it, only try to harvest it when the trees are ready. They, with the tutelage of druids like Jeru, who worship the rings in the wood, tend to the grove. Which means for long periods of time, they do let the grove just sort of be, and it might have during this time where these giant spiders have taken up residence.
Hmm.
The druids mark the trees, and it's particular colors or markings on the trees that indicate when that tree is allowed to be harvested. The properties of Darkwood. Darkwood shields are 1 bulk lighter than normal,
Cool.
or a light bulk if their bulk is 1. And it looks like they have different grades, standard and high grade, which increase their hardness and hit points. Yeah, a lot of money could be made from a tree like that.
Yeah.
A standard grade Darkwood buckler costs 400 gold. The craft requirements are Darkwood at least 550 gold pieces to craft that. A standard grade Darkwood shield is 440, and a standard grade Darkwood tower shield is 560 gold pieces. So the woodcutter is willing to give you a bit of the Darkwood to play with, or the proceeds of its sale.
Yeah. That's awesome. Cool. Yeah, I think we're ready to continue on our journey.
Okay, so Deklo Grove. You do see it. It's like the meadows and farms kind of give way to a heavily wooded area, and you begin to pick towards it, and you do reach an area where you see sheets, like gossamer sheets. The trees are covered in spider webs.
Okay.
Yeah, well, isn't that a problem?
So we'll say like this entire tree, that tree, sheets and sheets of it.
I assume fire's out of the question.
Well, we're not supposed to be damaging the trees.
Then we'll do our best, but... Oh, Shadow when you need him.
Don't worry, we have a Kreiger.
Yeah, my armor would be good, but against small spiders.
He turns around and he flicks a spider off of Alkur's shoulder. It was about the size of the size of a coin. Black and hairless.
I think we're gonna drink our elixirs.
Okay.
They last for
Poison?
6 hours. Yeah, they last for 6 hours.
Down the
They
hatch.
work out.
I don't like the taste, says Ptolemy. Drink up, and Krieger's just forcing it in Ptolemy's mouth.
Drink.
My lord
Is what he says, and he bows after. Touch me, says Ptolemy. Oh yes, there are spiders everywhere. He does Ptolemy, then takes his thing and is like licking the last drop out of it, even though he's got a look on his face that he absolutely hates the taste of it.
Right. So, Kreiger,
Yeah.
Crusher, commence.
All right, I think at this point in time, we need to roll a perception check. As
I'm not certain how this works. Just go, do. Let me know when you're hurt.
you're just sending the two of them ahead alone.
We'll go with them, but like
What an asshole.
they gotta be making some decisions here. But we want to send them into a tree when we're at a safe distance. They can go shake the spider webs.
Okay. How long is the staff on Crusher's? Is it 10 feet or
It's a quarterstaff.
it's a quarterstaff?
Yeah, it's a staff. It's a one or two-handed weapon.
Yeah, he's gonna two-hand that. See what? Who's kidding? Mountain stance. Oh, I can't do it without unless I'm in combat.
Mm-hmm.
Fuckers. Alright, let's walk in there.
Should we get started?
Yes.
Hey, spiders! Come and get it!
Just the wind in the trees.
There's spiders. They normally require.
Could you make fire appear in a illusion?
I could.
Keep that in mind. We might need it if there's too many of them. Might scare them off. Give us a chance.
I'm gonna look up sanctuary because it's one of the spells I got prepared.
Come back tomorrow.
24 hours later.
I think the idea is Kreiger is going to walk up to a tree that's got some stuff on it, and he's going to whack the base of it with his hammer. Try to make it just rattle the tree a little bit.
Okay. Kreiger regrets doing that as hundreds, if not thousands, of tiny little spiders are now streaming down from the tree. Oh! As a spider swarm is now attacking Kreiger. And I think that starts the initiative. Him being loud and covered in webs, and let's see, the spider swarm is large, so they're...
The hell are you doing?
Oh!
You're a fucking idiot.
Just all the swinging his hammer around, and that will start initiative. I will use our random number generator to just roll some numbers for initiative. Oh, that will be somebody's got a 1.
My boy Krieg.
Paste the values. Okay, Shadow's not there. Darian's not there. Oscar's not there. And let's sort. Okay, first to go is the female cave spider. Oh, Lareth the Beautiful is not there. Just get rid of him. He's like, hey.
There'd be lots of questions.
Hey! Oh, you've come to see my spiders, have you?
I knew they were going to use a double Windsor knot to tie my wrists.
Okay, there is something very big and very scary that was just sitting in the shadow of one of the big trees, and it's moving out towards you. It was so big that you didn't even think that it might have been a creature.
It was like it looked like one of the rocks.
Yep.
Oh, look at that. Huh.
Nasty.
So it climbed down from here, and then it takes a second move. It moves at 30.
Why don't you come over and say hi to us, buddy? Just come up to Kreiger.
It kind of
Run away.
It kind of climbs up like on some branches a little bit, and then throws a bunch of webs at Kreiger.
Arrgh. Is this an attack or is this a reflex?
This is a web attack.
Okay. Krieger's
29.
against. It's just an attack, not a critical hit, but it is a hit.
Okay, so a bunch of webbing goes over Kreiger, and effect web trap. Creature hit by the hunting or by the spider's web attack is immobilized and stuck to the nearest surface until it escapes.
So I think he just can't move.
Yep.
Well, that's fine. We're all going to huddle around Kreiger so he gets within his hammer range.
All right, so that was the female. The two males that are its potential mates come come scuttling out of the darkness as well. These ones are at a little bit of a distance from the female. But they are responding to the Kreiger thrashing around. They climb down from the trees. Or actually, they're up in the trees, we'll say. And they are walking along webs between the trees. They're not as fast. So that's 2 moves. And then a third move, they're just moving in towards Kreiger. One of them is now spindling down towards Kreiger, who is all covered in webs and then now covered by thousands of little spiders. Kreiger. Oh!
Krieger's next?
Yeah, Krieger's next. I'm going to check immobilize. I think it just means that he can't move from his spot.
He
but
can't step or stride, I believe.
But,
Rage and Papa Cleave?
Yep.
okay, what's he cleaving?
He's gonna cleave Big Spider into
bigger
Spider
swarm.
Okay.
Because that sounds like the right way to... That sounds like the priorities of this day.
Yep, go ahead.
Alright, so Krieger has a... Where's his attack in this? He's got a big hammer. And his... There it is. Plus 11 to hit. AC 21 against the spider.
Hits the or the male spider, male cave spider.
And 29 against the swarm.
He criticals the swarm. Let me check to see if they can be critted. They're immune to precision damage. Yeah, they can be critted.
Okay. So 24 damage to the spider.
To the male spider, crunches it. He hits it like it was a piñata, and it busts open with his hammer.
And 43 damage to the swarm.
Oh, and he's stomping and hammering the spider. Spiders are moving all the way. He breaks up the swarm. This swarm, anyways. Cave spider swarms.
He's still stuck, isn't he?
Yep.
None of that was escape.
There are 2 other trees where the agitation and the connection of the webs between the trees are causing swarms to all kind of to collect down as spiders are streaming down from the trees. That is all that the swarms do this round is actually coalesce. Bone Crusher.
Let's go and help the son of a bitch out.
Crusher's gonna.
He seems to have this.
He's biting spiders and crushing them. But he's also like, in all of his thrashing movement, like the trees are all sort of bouncing and all the spiders are coming towards him. Yeah, he has it, but he's also summoning them.
It's nightmare fuel.
Yeah, it is.
2 there in flurry.
The big spider is so big that it's making clacking noises, and you can hear these weird like chirps coming from deep within.
No, okay, I was over.
It is a creature that should not be chirping.
Yeah, its digestive tract is chirping.
Huh, there's a bunch of these things. Okay, I will go to this side. I'll go on this side of him.
Okay.
And I will go mountain style.
Yep.
And I have a free action. Can I help Kreiger escape?
Yes.
Aid Kreiger with my one action?
You could just try to pull the webs off of him if you want.
Yeah, I'll try to do that.
Give me an athletics check.
Okay. And then there, big guy. Let's go. 1d20 plus 10. Come on. Adam, can you roll it? I can't. Okay.
29.
Succeeds by 4.
Oh god!
So these webs are really, really tough, and you kind of break them off. Look at the size of the thing they came from. Yeah, it takes considerable effort to rip the webs off.
We gotta get the fuck out of here.
Oh! He's just still covered in spiders. They're biting him. Welts on the side of his face. He's raging. Yeah, he started raging, right? 10 rounds?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Alkur, what are you doing?
I really like the three actions.
We're helping. Oh my, it's coming. We're going to cast a bless. And
You gotta be a
Lord-
lot closer than that. It's gonna run out before it expands to reach us.
Alright, so you're helping. Alkur runs up and is doing what?
Cast bless.
Okay. There's a little bubble of bless around you.
My bubble bless doesn't actually touch anybody yet, but
What are you doing moving in? Says Ptolemy.
the warriors are forming a line.
Okay. Ptolemy is going to... Let's see. He's already put up his mage armor for the day. He's going to move and cast a mirror image
Nice.
behind Alkur, because it's as far as he can move. There's a bunch of Ptolemies.
That's the reason.
Top of the round, female cave spider. Oh, it's coming.
It implodes from its own, from physics not allowing spiders to be that big.
It walks up to Kreiger,
Oh no.
then tries to bite Kreiger,
No?
and hits AC 27.
Oh no.
Oh, this spider is strong.
It just crawls up to Kreiger and kind of stabs forward with its two fangs and does 18 points of damage.
I need to get closer.
And he has to make a saving throw. And I have to look up how poison works again.
Alright. Kreiger has rage, and rage gives him. Oh, the reason why Mark remembers his hit points is because he doesn't have it in his list here. He's written it down.
Yeah, he has temporary hit points because he's raging, remember?
Yeah, it basically when it subtract those off the top.
Yep.
Rage. Rage.
You Canadian.
Okay, so Krieger's con mod is +3, so he takes 11 damage.
Okay, and the poison?
Oh, it's a fortitude save?
Yep.
Okay. He's got by far the largest bonus in the party. And 24?
Beats it by 1.
That's a problem.
Oh, balls.
And I believe he does not advance to stage 1, and I don't know if it continues on.
And how long does it take to treat these wounds? Treat disease or poison? We're looking that shit up. Treating wounds.
Oh my god, it just kind of toggles back and forth between the stages of poison until you've made enough saves for it to go to 0 or the time has run out. Yes, they've encountered a 6th level spider.
Fourth.
Uh,
Should be able to do this, maybe.
so it moved and then bit, and I guess it could bite again.
If it really
No,
wanted to.
it's going to
One action to treat poison.
fling a... It's got some spiky hairs that it flings from its body towards its foes in a cone.
Oh no.
Cone like this, and that does 4d6 points of damage.
Reflex save.
And it's a basic reflex save.
Okay. Alright. Krieger's.
Now okay, so question, how does Crusher's
That might be a critical fail.
The DC of the reflex save is 25, so that's a critical fail.
So 22 damage.
Yep.
So how does Crusher's arrow thing work? Does it? Because this is a physical thing, right?
Yep. This is a barrage of hair.
Okay,
It's like a spell.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying
You
to.
can deflect arrows.
It's deflect arrows. That's the one. Trigger. You are a target of a physical ranged attack. It's not an attack.
Not
It's just-
target either.
Nope.
Okay, so it does not do anything. Okay.
Well then, is there one action to do that nonsense?
I might have screwed up with its actions, but go ahead, give it save. I'll give it left action so its next turn. I got a little too excited. Screw you. I'm like feathered dart flinging spiky hairs. That's cool.
Whoa.
What's the reflex?
You make the
make it.
save, so you take 5 damage.
As opposed to failing the save and taking 22.
Okay, so I'm going to give a reminder that only has 2 actions next turn. Male cave spider comes darting at Bone Crusher.
Get out of here, Male Cave Spider. Don't give a shit about you.
Well, actually, it's crawling along the kind of under part of the canopy of the tree, and it's going to fling webs at Bone Crusher.
Now, is this an attack?
This is a ranged attack. It hits AC 11.
No.
Okay, it doesn't entangle you in webs, and then it moves down towards you and is biting at you.
So 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Plus 9. AC 22.
That is my AC, sir.
Okay, it does 1d6 plus 2 damage from the bite to your arm for 7 damage. It kind of drops
Okay.
down beside you and bites your arm as it goes down, and then you need to roll a fortitude save.
Okay. And when you treat someone else,
Oh, you treat wounds thing?
robust recovery. I'm wondering if that
Wait,
special
wait.
when you you learn focus to recover from disease and poison, and using it has made you special resilient. When you treat blah blah blah, or someone else uses one of those actions on you.
You're not using any actions. You're rolling a saving throw.
Right.
So roll a saving throw. What does the antitoxin give you?
+2.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, so this is a fort save.
Yep.
Yeah. It's Ptolemy's fort save versus that poison thing is not gonna go.
Oh, get the fuck out of here!
Critical success. Okay. It didn't get a chance to inject the venom before you swiped it away. Kreiger.
Oh, he needs to. Oh, do they have to
No.
be? Do they have to be right next to each other?
He's gonna just beat on the big thing until it stops all the things.
Yep. Go ahead.
Alright, Krieger. Now's the time not to screw up.
This could be your level right here. I don't know what CR6 is.
AC 15,
Nope, that misses by a whole lot. It scrambles back from his hammer.
AC 20.
Misses by 1. I think Mark is on night shift tonight.
AC 5.
AC 5. Missed.
I think that misses.
Well, we need to do something.
We're gonna get some flanking going on over here.
Cave spider swarms. They're moving towards mamas and dadas.
mamas and the papas.
Single move.